All right. Sam, it's not looking good for you. This duel has gone very, very poorly so far. The stare down before the guns has finally gotten under your skin, and on your next card you are required to either pull and shoot, which will make you a murderer because he hasn't pulled yet, or turn tail and run, which you can do. I mean, you probably won't. I mean, you could, but I don't see Sam being the type who's gonna run. You want that hand, right? You desperately want to get your hand on that hand.
I also have a big question I want answered.
All right. From me or from
So,
someone else?
from Salt Lake Sam. I want to know what this first cult is. So, in the moment, and you'll have to let me know if the dice will allow me to do this. But instead of pulling the Gatling pistol on my right hip, I am seriously considering pulling the Colt from my left side.
All right, I will say that you are allowed to do that. However, because this whole time you've been prepping your Gatling pistol, I will add an additional penalty for you to swap and pull out the Colt.
So I might miss.
More likely, yeah. You are allowed to spend your chips on the attack, but remember you're down to strictly white chips at this point. So, but before any of that goes down, Matthias has noticed that you have done correct. That you have lost this duel of wills. There is no shame in of staring into the face of a monster and being a little shaken. But Matthias is not about to let that happen. So Matthias, you have declared that your intent is to draw and shoot and interfere with the duel. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. In this order, I'm going to ask you to shoot your shotgun. All right. Now I'm going to say that you are about 15 feet away from the duel. All right. I'm going to ask you to draw, shoot. I'm also going to ask you to then roll sneaking to add a minus. Now I'm going to say sneaking TN. Ooh, yeah, you just fired a shotgun in a crowd. You're trying to sneak away. That's at least a TN 12. If you succeed on your sneak and TN 12, all right, now I will give you a +2 to that roll. Or, no, I already gave you the blue, didn't I? And you still haven't spent it. All right, so that blue can be spent on that sneaky roll as the bonus from you having snuck. But you are blowing your cover by pulling out the loudest boomstick in the West and pulling the trigger. So this is not exactly a sneaking operation you are running. So if you wish to sneak, I will say TN 12 at the minimum. And even then, that's not going to get you away scot-free. That'll just help you hide in the chaos a little bit. Alright? Because otherwise, not only will they all make you for the one who interfered with the duel and murdered a man, but they will also have no problem finding you. Alright?
Alright, well, I'm going to do the shooting first.
Alright, so that is a TN 5. You will hit with a raise. Okay? You may now roll hit location to find out where it is you hit this sumbitch. I will actually, since he is not aware that you are there, I will give you a +2 to the hit location roll. It's a headshot! Oh! Bravo, Matthias! Oh, damn! Yes! Alright, so, you have a shotgun. At what damage do you do at a distance of 15 feet?
Oh, the table.
There is a table?
Oh. Shoot.
Oh my god. I can't.
4d6.
4d6. So you just got a headshot. So roll me 6d6 wounds to the noggin. He does in fact have a -2 layer of light armor. Not that that's gonna save him. So can you do a total? He's a total size. He's a total size. I'm not looking at the dice. He's size. I think everybody here is size 5. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm size 6.
Did you take an edge that makes you big?
No, I'm just normally size 6.
You told us 6.
Oh, everybody's size 6. All right. So size 6. All right. So that means you need to do 6 points of damage to do 1 wound, and if you hit a total
30.
of 30 damage, which you do not do. you rolled a total of 21 damage. However, that spells out to
4 damage to the noggin.
4 wounds to the noggin.
Actually,
4 weeks. She cannot spend.
You cannot spend chips on damage.
chips. Yeah.
oh, that's unfortunate.
Well, you can spend a chip to explode a die, or add dice to your roll.
Just not on damage rolls. That's for actions.
Oh.
Alright. So he will suffer
And he drops unconscious from getting shot in the dome.
it would look like he is actually unconscious. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yes!
Alright, now, Matthias, I would like you to roll me that TN12 stealth check. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This game, man! I mean,
Spending that blue chip.
You would like to make your 5 explode?
Yes.
Alright, roll it. No go!
But I have another blue chip.
Would you like to spend that blue chip right now?
Yes.
Okay, do note, because you've spent a blue chip, you are no longer allowed to retract and spend white chips afterwards.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I need a 4. I need a 4 in order to get away with shooting him in the face in the middle of a duel.
Can he do it?
This might be one of the most important roles we have had thus far. I just need you to know how important this is.
Alright, let's do it. Oh my god! Oh my god! You have succeeded at this by the skin of your teeth! I said you were getting a +2, and you rolled the 18 on the hit location, just barely achieving a headshot. And then, I can't believe it. So, Matthias.
I want you to know, this is Matthias in a nutshell. I may have been swallowed up by the abyss, but when my party's about to go down, I shoot him in the dome, and I run for the hills like the murdering scum that I am.
that was a good speech.
All
You
right.
deserve a beat for that speech.
I will award you a blue chip for this massive accomplishment. I will also award you a white chip for role-playing Matthias very well, and his loyalty knows no bounds. Sam and Finn,
Yes.
I would like you to roll me a TN7 guts check. This is a SCART check, because you were not expecting his head to fucking explode.
Also, Marshall, can I take the bait that people were yelling about?
You may also take the beat. Yes, that'll be another white chip.
Thank you, Marshall.
Alright, Sam, is that 40-12 your guts?
Yes.
Alright, so you both succeed. Okay? So, this is startling, and this is a gory affair. As you're getting ready, like, he's got to you, and you see his thumb twitch, and you are just reaching for the coat, right? Before you can even get your hand fully into your coat, he's already raising his gun to pull the trigger, but it doesn't happen because another loud gunshot, the thunderous boom of a shotgun, rings through the crowd, and everybody screams and panics and ducks, right? And the flesh on the back of his head just fucking splatters all over that dusty, dry, abandoned road. And he spins and collapses, and there is nothing but pure rage and hatred in his eyes. He has been denied his vengeance again. And he spins around, and he stumbles. And he falls to the ground, and he passes out in a pool of his own blood. Meanwhile, Matthias, you have successfully managed to make yourself hidden, although everybody is damn well aware who did this. You didn't even
They are aware who did it.
You didn't even get no raises. Everybody knows who did that. They just don't know where you are right now. So, Matthias, where are you exactly?
I was in front of the building. I'm behind the building I was just in front of.
All right.
That's where I buggered off to.
All right, now at this point, Finn. Those 3 thugs, they look pretty darn pissed. An honorable duel has been broken. It may not be the law, but there is a code of the West, and you do not draw a gun on a man who has his back turned. That is just bad form all around, especially with murderous intent. These are people's lives we are playing with. All right? This is not a laughing matter. This is serious. This is time to put on your business socks, all right?
What?
I knew I was gonna get somebody with it. They are unhappy. And the guns have come out, even the one who was not going to interfere. They are not firing on Sam, though. She did not do anything. She seems as shocked as anybody else. But they have already set off, and there are lawmen afoot, and you hear, "God damn, disturb my fucking motherfucking peace!" coming crying out from inside the sheriff's office. This is going real bad. You know damn well Matthias just blew Sam's head almost clean off his shoulders. He's nowhere to be seen, but you understand that an angry mob is now looking for justice, and that never ends well for anyone. What do you do, Finn?
I get Sam the hell out of here.
No!
All right, so
I will resist!
You will resist the script?
I
Yes!
Fuck you!
Yes!
Alright, fine,
No, you can go ahead and try. Like, you're gonna be like, your instinct is to get Sam out, right?
Yeah,
And so
that is-
go ahead. You can try to get Sam out. Now Sam is gonna try and resist. All right. Now are you gonna like keep pushing when she starts resisting? Like you're gonna actively try and get her the hell out of Dodge even though she's resisting.
I'm gonna try to get her the hell out of Dodge.
All right. So here's what I would like you to do, Finn. I would like you to roll me strength. Sam, I would also like you to roll me strength.
I crit.
So do I.
Ah! Damn it!
It actually comes down to whoever's got the bigger die type then.
Yup, that is the tiebreaker.
It always comes down to who's bigger.
That's what she said. Literally.
That is, in fact, what
Oh.
she said.
What's your die type?
Only
Mine's
here.
a
Six.
D6.
So is mine.
However, Sam has a steampunk arm that boosts her die type on that app, so I'm gonna give.
No,
this
she
to her.
doesn't.
She's missing a hand, but that arm still has the punch to it.
Okay.
So you're gonna be
So
like,
I lost one crit, right?
So yeah, both you'll lose. I'm actually not gonna charge Serranos that crit, because Serranos' crit should be giving him some impact. All right. But I will charge that crit for you, Sam. All right.
Okay.
So
Alright, the next thing I'm gonna do is drag Salt Lake Sam.
so here's what happens. Okay. So Finn, your
Why
immediate
did we even do this?
your immediate instinct is to get Sam the hell out of Dodge. You do not want to see her getting in trouble, especially with that angry lawman who's already thrown you in jail once already. So you're like, well, can't find Matthias. Gotta get my friend out. You step in, right? You step in and you immediately just like go, and you start like pushing, right? And you grab by the shoulder. She's like, no, and you're like, no, yeah, and then the next thing you know, like, she could probably lift a horse up with his arm. Like, you have actually seen this arm destroy entire walls, as a matter of fact, right? And she's just like, no! And she shoves you aside just barely, right? Just actually brushes you off, and the power behind, like, there is that soft hum of Ghost Rock, that as the arm actually starts moving and kicking in, right? And it pushes you off, all right? So now that you spent your action, Finn, we know your intent is to move next to Salt Lake Sam, but it is going to be Sam's call what Sam does next.
I also moved to Salt Lake Sam! Ugh!
So both of
Waste
y'all,
a crit!
all y'all are going to go straight for it, all right? And what is your intent, Sam?
to rip that arm off of him.
His hand?
Yeah.
All right, roll me tinkering based on cognition.
I crit.
You do. All right, here's what you know about Salt Lake Sam's hand. All right, it is connected to his wrist very finely, such that it can be easily disconnected. You do not have to chop it or wrist it or rip it off. All right, it clasps and plugs in. His whole hand is very fancy, you see, because his hand actually could become any number of prosthetics. If he decided to go sailing on the high seas one day, he could have a hook. If he decided that he truly hated trees, he could have a chainsaw. Right now, though, he has a hand. All right. So, as Finn and Sam both go gunning for Salt Lake Sam, because I believe Finn's intent is to drag the body away, these do not conflict with each other, right?
Right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say that Sam, you can easily just reach down and snap, just grab, you see the button, you click, you yank the hand off, you possess the hand with zero trouble. And because it is a crit, I will actually let you do this in such a fashion that nobody actually sees you stealing this man's hand.
I thank you, Marshall.
All right. Now, Finn, where would you like to drag Salt Lake Sam's body?
Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna wanna make sure he lives, so Matthias isn't a murderer.
All right.
So I'm dragging him to the Sawbones.
All right, so you immediately, you start shouting out, "Hey, Doctor! Dr. Sawbones!" And you'll start dragging him off, and you will attract the attention of Sawbones, who was on hand. Out of all this, for the record, I want it noted that across the way from the duel, not in some suspicious fashion, but for obvious reasons, the coffin maker is just watching. Just casually, like he's seen this 1,000 times before, like ain't nothing exciting happening. It looks like he's sizing the body up, matter of fact. Sad but true. In the Weird West, death is a little all too common. Now, Matthias.
Yes.
You hear the shouting and the hooting and the hollering. Yet again, it would seem, there is an angry mob that's got it out for you. What do you do? They do not yet know where you are, but if you are going to stay this close to the scene of the crime, I assure you, they will find you very easily.
It's only the people around here that know, right?
This is Dodge City. Dodge City is one of the biggest hubs of travel and gossip. Second only to Tombstone, which is actually a bigger hub for gossip and not so much for travel. You get the idea that word will travel fairly fast. If your question was, can I just murder all the witnesses, then I suppose you could try, but that might not work out so well for you.
No,
might be a little bit
what I'm
too much
gonna
ammunition in that.
What I'm gonna do, Marshall, is I'm gonna go to where I think the news is gonna go last, and I'm gonna start telling a different tale on how the duel went down.
Ooh. All right. What tale would you like to tell, Matthias?
I'm gonna start telling the tale about how Sam heroically defeated.
Before you go on here, we need to determine what would be the last place this news would reach. It's not the saloon. Definitely isn't the sheriff's office, outside of which the duel continued. It might be...
The general store across the town?
I'm
Yeah.
thinking it might actually be the criminal facility that we were informed of by Rattler.
You, however, do not have its location.
How were we?
You were
I thought
informed
we
it
were-
existed and that he had a contact there.
I thought he told us where it was.
He might have. You are free to attempt to go there and try this if you would like. I have no problem with you understanding where it is. I just thought I had to give you that information. So we'll just say he did, for the sake of things moving along.
All right.
The vault, as it is called, as you have managed to put some distance between yourself and the action around the body and the duel. The vault is one of the most well-kept secrets in the criminal underworld in Dodge City. It is built into a small tavern, a small saloon, right? And only the most unreputable types come here. This is nothing but mud sills and varmints, all right? Means you fit in just fine, I suppose. Music doesn't stop as you step in. Nobody really cares. However, this saloon is not the vault. This saloon is under which the vault is hidden, and you're gonna get the idea that if an unfamiliar face just waltzed right up to the vault, which you think is down just past the bouncer, actually, down the stairs that the bouncer is sitting in front of the door next to, you might not.
Saloon's fine.
The saloon's fine. All right.
Saloon's fine.
All right. So, so do you look for a particular opportunity or type of character to express your tale to?
There's always... I'm used to dealing with hombres like this.
You are?
And there's always that guy, you can tell he's got some loose lip problems.
So basically you want to tell him a secret that can be on the newspaper the next day.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me scrutinize. See if you can find yourself a man just like this.
Well, it turns out I crit that roll.
You do, in fact, find the most loose-lipped son of a bitch short of a prostitute.
All right.
Serranus thinks
I was
I'm funny,
hoping...
right? Serranus thinks I'm funny.
I was hoping to save that that crit for the tale telling, but I'll make.
Do you have any more crits lined up, or are you gonna have to roll this tale telling?
I'm gonna have to roll the tale.
Why don't you tell me the tale, and if I am impressed by your tale telling, we will see what happens.
Well, this is a pretty this is a place of ill repute, right?
Hell yeah.
Well, Salt Lake Sam's kind of one of the big shots around here.
He is.
Well, I'm gonna tell him about how, that lawman, she actually took out one of the biggest hitters around here. We got all kind of room to do more business. We can start picking up new territory. We got all kinds of room for a new thing. Like everyone else thinks that like she's done a good thing for people by like taking out this big old bad.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us, we got some good business opportunity because she done shot him in the head. He's going to be out of commission for ages with something like that.
Salt Lake Sam?
Yeah, right in the back of the head. Clean shot.
From a lawman?
Yeah. He was just about to pull the pistol, got it right in his hand, right out of the holster, and bam! Shot him.
Tarnation! He's getting all worked up. Roll me tale telling. I'll give you a +2 for the nice approach. Bravo.
White chip.
You want to spend a white chip? All right.
Yep.
Let it rip. Would you like to spend a blue chip?
I can't. I got no blue chips.
You do.
Oh,
You
I
were
do.
rewarded the blue chip for overcoming Salt Lake Sam in the duel.
I was. It's really important that this story goes around differently to me.
All right.
I'm gonna spend the blue.
Yeah, spend a blue chip. Force that 15 to explode.
Yep.
All right. Let it rip.
I'm at a 20.
20, all right. So, that was going to be a TN3 for the record, because he was all kinds of worked up. But that
Yeah, I
means
know.
a lot of raises. That means 3 raises for you. All right, 3 raises. So, I will allow you the benefit of choosing 3 after effects that I approve of for this tales and the rumors getting around. What would you like to see happen? General gist of it.
All right, the 3 things is that 1, the criminal underworld has a new respect for Sam as somebody who's just not somebody to mess with. The second is that everyone else thinks that she's a hero. She done took out one of the nastiest mothers around. And 3 is that I had nothing to do with it.
Oh, well done, Matthias. Very well done. All right, so Sam, I hereby award you 2 edges. 1 is +2 to all your rolls with the criminal underground in terms of social interactions, because you done got yourself a reputation.
Okay. Write that down.
2 is going to be a +2 to all your social interactions with people of upstanding, law-abiding natures, because you have done earned yourself a reputation. However, should the truth be discovered about the nature of your reputation, this will instead flip to be a -4 on both regards.
Okay.
All right?
+1 to all social roles in dealing with criminals.
2.
+2 to all. Yeah, to all social roles.
It is a +2 in both domains, right?
Right.
And if one domain picks up the truth of it, that domain will flip to a -4. And if the other domain picks up, that will flip to a -4. All right?
Okay.
Good luck. Now, Finn,
Now,
Sawbones will manage to patch up. Salt Lake Sam. All right, but Salt Lake Sam's gonna be out of commission for a while, it would seem.
okay.
He will be breathing though. His death is not on Matthias' hands, although opening fire on somebody in mid-duel with a shotgun in Dodge City, he's probably still a criminal, just not quite a murderer, that's all. You did manage to save him the hanging, though.
In order to I want to get everyone's attention first.
All right. How do you plan on getting that?
I have an announcement to make about Salt Lake Sam. He ain't dead, but I did actually manage to stop all kinds of terrible machinations in his ranch.
Money shot.
His ranch has been doing some kind of newfangled new science for the Confederacy, and it's been using the dead. They've been using the dead and robotics together in some kind of unholy experiment for the Confederacy. Now, my friends and I, we put a stop to that. Burn the ranch down. Everyone is safe.
All right. I would like you to do 2 things here. All right, Finn. I'm gonna need you to roll me 2 different tale-telling rolls. You see, Dodge City falls in no man's land. That is, neither the Union nor the Confederacy has won the war here. And as a matter of fact, a lot of folks here like to butter their bread on both sides. Just not talking about it. That's all.
I crit the first one.
And someone here is some folks here are here because they don't want to take sides in the war, but then there are folks who come here because they're looking to reinforce their side. So it is a hotbed of all kinds of interesting perspectives on the Civil War, which has been raging and forever and ever and ever at this rate. So as you bring up that this is for the Confederacy, you will get a mixed reaction from the crowd. You're going to crit that first roll, and that will in fact lower the fear rating of Dodge City by 1 point. This will, in turn, give all the critters and varmints and the minions of evil itself a little less power, a little less hold over the city. The civilians, the innocents who live here, can live feeling a little bit better about themselves and about the world around them, and in turn, as they are no longer afraid, the evils of the world in Dodge City will not be quite as empowered. They will find that their claws are a little less sharp. They will find that their shadows are a little less dark. They will find that you, Finn, Sam, and Matthias have successfully stopped their plots, and that their terror has come to an end here. You have actually returned Dodge City, I believe, to a fear rating of 1 instead of 2. I'll have to double check in the books. It might actually be fear rating 0 now, which means that there is actually probably not any more supernatural terror at all. But we will find out later because you have no idea that's going on. But the entirety of the crowd seems to heave a sigh of relief, and that sigh of relief isn't just coming from them, but the sky's a little brighter. The wind is a little cooler. It's blowing just right. The tall grass in the distance is swaying a little bit. The ground is a little less dead and just a little more dusty. The world is a better place for you having rid it of that evil Confederate laboratory. In addition, I'm going to need you to roll telltale again, because there are those among the Confederacy who will see this as not a good thing. Your highest roll of 9, you will manage to not incur the wrath of Confederate supporters within the town as a result of you burning their laboratory to the ground, because you critically succeeded in that roll just now, and you rolled pretty decently here. So they're going to weigh out that you saving the day from all these evil machinations is a little more important than you putting a dent in the war effort, all right? Because remember, if you're supporting the Confederates, it's because you think the Confederate cause is good. It's because you think that they're in the right, and if the Union wins, then evil has won. And so they're going to forgive you for assisting one evil in favor of stopping a greater one. All right? And that is what will happen there. Now, Sam, you pull this out. You critically hit your tinkering roll previously, right? So I'm going to just let you figure out, oh yeah, your hand does not have the plug-in. However, if you want to take a little while and you want to really take in the fine craftsmanship, it is in fact Hellstrom brand mechanics. Only the best, the most expensive, the most advanced new scientists were involved in the production of this steampunk prosthetic. Alright, this new science prosthetic is absolutely one of the best. I will allow you, if you want, to study it and learn all of its intricacies and how it works, and perhaps even modify your arm a little bit based on that with a tinkering roll. That will take some time. Would you like to do that?
I do have another crit lined up.
All right, you will automatically critically succeed on that, and I will tell you. Oh, whoa!
Money shot.
Robovin has struck the dark side of the dice. Who dares botch the marshal? Crits for him instead. 5 crits for the marshal. Ha 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 ha!
Fuck off!
All right. So. The Dark Lord hath awakened. Lord Death has arrived. Chat is on. All hail Robo! Everybody's going fire in chat. Okay, so now, Sam, you will manage to escape this little hoedown that's going outside, and you'll manage to slip away. All right, maybe hit the local mechanic, and walk in and be like, hey, I'm just here to check out my new hand that I totally acquired through legal means, right? And
Right.
whatever. If you tell him that you just handle Salt Lake Sam, he's gonna look the other way. You can do whatever you want in that shop. You'll have access to all the tools and all the resources and all the time. As a matter of fact, as soon as he realizes you're the one who handled Salt Lake Sam, he will just walk out, leave you there in his shop, and flip the sign around closed.
Perfect.
And that will be why you critically succeed at disassembling and understanding the mechanics of this hand. And in turn, you will be able to modify your steampunk arm such that you will be able to click that prosthetic in. You will have your very own interchangeable hand. So should you ever desire a chainsaw, let me know. All right. Now,
I will let you know.
It will be Sam versus Evil Dead.
There is one catch here. As you are putting together the design for the steampunk prosthetic, this new science technology, you are studying, you are very fascinated by all the mechanics. You've always liked a good tinker, and as you are sitting there studying, you get an idea. Oh yeah. Oh, that's how that flashes of inspiration start to come to you. Bit by bit, you will, in spurts of pure genius, manic fascination, you are having an art attack, if you will. Ideas. I'm so sorry. Ideas. You are absolutely... You are a genius. You have managed to modify a non-Hellstrom device to interface with a Hellstrom device. You understand the genius of Hellstrom's work. And this is going to be an opportunity for somebody to spend themselves a destiny token. I do believe, because little does anybody know, all right, new science is in fact mad science. You see, mad science begins when California sinks into the sea in the Great Quake of '68. And underneath California, they discover ghost rock, which is like coal, but it burns 10 times more powerfully. All right. Now, ghost rock is such name because as it burns, it lets loose a ghostly howl, which is why when you are using the full strength of your arm, there is that of steam bursting out, right? Now, the problem is that these devices, these new science devices, they ain't supposed to work. They do not follow physical laws that you understand. However, because of the understanding that you have of sciences and so on in the 1800s, you don't know this. You simply recognize it as working. Science. However, the blueprints, the plans, the designs for all of new science technology are simply being whispered into the ears of those mad scientists by the Manitou themselves. And as such, most of the time when somebody is inventing a new machine or tinkering, to the extent that you are tinkering here with true levels of new science, not just mechanicals, but true levels of new science, damn, Robovin is unhappy today. 2 botches for each of the PCs. As you are experimenting and tinkering, not all the time, this is not all tinkering rolls, nor is it all invention rolls, but for a Hellstrom device, you bet your ass it is. This is the domain of mad scientists. Now, typically, this would be impossible unless you took the arcane background of mad science. However, I am more than willing to make an exception on your part, and therefore, what we're going to do is we're going to take our top of the hour break. We're going to take our top of the hour break right now, and we're going to find out what happens to poor Sam's mind as the Manitou whisper plans for her steampunk arm into her ear that she mistakes for pure stroke of genius. Would anybody like to man the guns for this break?
I can do it this time.
All right. Okay, so Saran should take a break. All right. It's me. It's you. Here's the BRB screen. Let me get that music playing. Does the audience have any questions? Does the audience have any suggestions? Now is your chance.
Victor Sunshine wants to know what we're choosing madness for. Well, I just had a very interesting experience because the marshal said there's one catch, and then he proceeded to describe all very good things. But Matthias and Finn were both going, and I'm like, what? What's the problem? This all sounds awesome to me.
I'm not telling her what the problem is.
Well, I figured I'm getting a madness for tinkering with my steampunk arm, but that's fine. I can deal with madnesses.
I had a plan, and I'm a little bit upset because I think that Robovin crit, or the botch that I'm going to have, is going to turn real bad for my plan.
It would seem, too, that Mr. Johnable plans to spend a destiny token on this madness. So, keep that in mind. He is impatiently waiting for his money to depart from his bank account. So, we'll keep that in mind. Sarah P, that's me. You're like, Doc Octopus, the tech costs you. Yes, right now. I love the tech. I love the steampunk.
I'm really disappointed in Finn. I need to undo part of his work.
I have to give Matthias, like, so much credit for what he's just done for me, because...
It's okay, you won't even know it happened, because that's how Matthias works. You won't even know what happened.
Well, I was listening to you talk to that person, and then you were like, and this woman shot him in the face! And I was like, what the fuck? Why are you throwing me under the bus? Well, she's a hero!
Oh, money shot.
It's fine, then. Fate token.
Hey. You're disappointed in
So,
Finn?
yeah, because now I need to figure out how to murder Salt Lake Sam in his sleep.
You wouldn't do that at any time. I would just making sure that you're not a murderer immediately.
I had that covered! Have some
care.
faith in the crazy man!
Finn didn't know that.
Have some faith! What did I just tell you about faith?
In God.
I'm a God's man, sort of, formerly. I'm a
Kind
man
of.
formerly known as Preacher.
A pimp named Slickback.
All right. So before we go back into the gameplay here from our top of the hour break, I'm gonna take just a moment here to explain a couple things. If you were just tuning in, there are a couple ways you can help out. One, donation rewards. If you donate, there is a guide there on Hypemark support in the chat where you can see exactly what it is that you are allowed to do to all of us, such as buying me all the crits or buying the party all the botches. Robovin has recently struck again, and the party might be in dire need of people's help. That said, okay, the way the other thing you can do is you can shout "beat" in all caps, B-E-A-T, to applaud the players and let them know what it is that they are doing that you like. If something happens where you are just like, yes, that was awesome, I want you to shout "beat" in all caps. All right, you can also shout "crit" or "botch" whenever a natural crit or botch occurs, such as when Matthias is praying for Jesus to save his life and he botches. With all that said, all right, we are going to move into the next segment of gameplay here, and this show is brought to you by the Nerd Community, www.nerd-community.com, and the Discord server at www.discord.me/nerdherd, and we are supported and proud to be members of the Tabletop Role-Playing stream team. Up above, you'll see we are streaming on Tabletop Roleplaying, and that is in fact myself, How We Roll, who do some great story-driven stuff, and Encounter Roleplay, who do some absolutely hilarious and very interactive stuff with their audience. I'm really impressed. The audience is sometimes more of the DM than the DM is in some cases. With all of that said, we're gonna get right back to it here. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the BRB screen, and I'm gonna quietly flash the TGN logo here. All right, so Sam, there is a chance that you might go mad here. Okay?
Pretty high
What we're
chance.
going to do is I'm going to use tinkering in place of mad science for these rules. Okay? But I might suggest that you progress into mad science as something that your character has started to interact with, especially after the laboratory and all that. And this could very well be the christening unless you decide not to play that. But for now, we're going to use tinkering. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to roll tinkering as if you were casting a hex. All right, so just roll me your tinkering, and then we will we're gonna recall all these
Well, Marshall,
cards here.
I botch.
Oh my God. What happens here?
That, sir, is up to you.
Oh my God, this is terrible. Alright, so, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna write down the list here, okay? We are gonna say, one, you need some kind of crazy cockamamie theory here. Some new science theory. I want you to make up a bullshit, crazy, insane scientific theory that will serve as the basis for your your modularness to your arm. Invent a new science theory.
New science theory that makes my arm work.
I have some suggestions if you would like.
That's
All right.
That's the question.
Your character, yeah.
All right.
Was that a go ahead with the suggestions?
Well, yeah. Throw me a couple so I see what you're going for.
All right. So you recently were in a laboratory where there was some mad science being, and you noticed there was the power must go to this and that or this and that. There's a binary switch involved, all right? Another thing might be instead you are looking for your long lost brother, and your deep need to believe that you will find him leads you to believe that things are just sometimes connected, even though they're not physically part of the same being or the same machine. That sometimes they are just connected, all right? Or maybe if you use the 5-pointed stars, in your cogwheels, like that it will be better at bringing things forth, but if you use a 6-pointed star, it'll be better at putting things down, right? Or maybe it's based on the 4 elements, or maybe it's based on some cockamamie theory about medicine or something of that nature.
Gunpowder.
All right.
Gunpowder is required. Like, there's something about the ghost rock and the presence of powder, because I always have powder on me, that makes the science work better.
All right. So your theory is that gunpowder amplifies the ghost rock's power.
Yep.
By increasing the heat with which the ghost rock is being burned, you release more power. By putting more power in, it is an exponential increase because of the strange properties of ghost rock. In fact, you might believe that is the very property that makes ghost rock more powerful than coal.
Scrub a dub, pop it, princess.
Sub a scrub, yep. In fact, I may even start to believe that if I begin to ingest gunpowder, that will make me a better user of this here steampunk art.
Are you about to snort some gunpowder?
Yes, I think I am.
Oh my god. My player character at my table is about to snort gunpowder.
Best day ever.
I really wish this weren't the 3rd time we've had sentences along those lines at a table.
I think I need to point out, Chris, that this probably tops anything Matthias has done and is reaching Tyrum levels of insane.
Well, but Matt actually smoked gunpowder with a princess, and
that, however, was a gun. That was a drug nicknamed gunpowder. This is actual gunpowder.
But Kjaer drank rocks.
He did. That's not quite the same as snorting gunpowder, though. Rocks are a little less explosive. So, Sam, the next step of this process is you start looking at the user's manual and scribbling notes, right? Scribbling notes. That this is the harebrained, like, insane professor's notes that you're scribbling. You got all these ideas. You're drawing little blueprints, okay, so that'll take you a while, and then you need to gather components. But lo and behold, you are inside of a mechanic's shop. So you're grabbing everything you think you might need off these shelves in a frantic, high-paced, high-action invention adventure. An adventure. All right.
Nice.
And then you must construct the device. So the first thing you have to do is decide what kind of weird gizmo you're trying to make. We've done that. We decide as players, that's you should write down the name of the device, followed by paragraph 2 of the scientific principles, as known as they may be, your character employs to make it work. Devise the blueprint. We've done this. All right, so you need to make me a tinkering roll at TN5, which you botch, right? Okay, so we're going to change that up, and we are instead going to say that this botch is going to translate into an automatic black joker in addition to whatever cards you may draw. Because next, I need you to actually roll a tinkering roll at TN5. You may spend dice, all right, to enhance this roll.
I botched it too.
You botched that too.
I had 2 botches.
We have to hold off on the botch because this roll needs to actually have a number attached.
All right.
So I need you to roll. You can spend. Shut up! I'm running a game here.
I can spend chips.
You may spend chips to enhance this turn roll should you choose.
Ooh,
very nice. You rolled a 9 plus 2 is 11. Would you like to enhance that with any chips? The higher you roll here, the more cards you can draw.
I only have white chips left, Marshall, so
I suppose there is not much point trying to beat
add dice on.
Yeah. All right. So you want to hold on to those chips. All right. So you're gonna roll a 9, and that's gonna be TN5. That's gonna be a full cards 5. All right. Plus 1 for hitting 5. Plus 1 for you don't. Yeah. Plus 1 for hitting 10. So you're gonna take off the huckster's deck. I'm gonna recall all these. All right. And what I need you to do is I'm gonna deal you. That was 5 plus 2 more is 7 cards. All right. Now please put these cards on the table. Actually, got to deal these to you. That's Serranus. That's Sam. All right. So what did you draw?
Place them on the table?
Yep, place them on the table, and your goal is to make the best poker hand possible right now. Looking good so far?
Mm.
All right. Queen, Jack, 10. You get a... Oh, no, all right. That one don't fit. A 4. And a 3. All right, plus you also... And a 2. You also, however, do manage to pull yourself a black joker in addition to this because of that botch. All right? Now, a black joker is good and bad because a black joker is a wild card. So I do think you have a straight if you play your joker as a 5.
I do.
Okay,
I
so
do.
You pull a
I thought
straight.
it's straight a 5 or 4 in a row because she's only got 4 in a row.
She's
With
got a
a
black
5
joker
and a
in
6.
she's got 2, 3, 4 joker 6.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, the hand of fate. Okay, blah 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 blah. You're supposed to pick up. Okay, so joke's kind of wild, but the black joker means a Manitow has driven the mad scientist insane. Let the marshal know when this happens, so he'll know what to do. So I can go find my other book. God damn, you can't just put it where it's supposed to go. This right here is where this. I believe it was going to be Mr. Johnables who chose to spend his destiny token on this. Correct?
Indeed.
Yes.
Correct.
All right, Marshal's handbook. All right, here we go. One of these days, I'm just going to unpack my fucking books because it's just so much easier to use the dead tree copies, if you know what I mean. Ghost checks, mysterious past, arcane misfires. All right, that's 45, I think. Here we go. Mad scientists. All right, so because you did botch that tinkering roll, your device will have a reliability of 10. Which means that if you roll a 10 or lower, your device will jam when it is used.
All right.
All right, that is the lowest possible reliability your device can have. Now, I'm not going to charge it every time you use your arm, right? But I am going to charge it every time you use one of the new features you have invented for your arm, such as removing your hand or adding it, right? And because this hand is now a prosthetic, any fine-tuned dexterous things you do with this hand will have that reliability. But in general, you're punching, you're lifting, you're using your arm for its intended purposes, okay? You won't have to roll reliability for that, all right? So, if you description below should help. Okay, so malfunction. Weird gizmos are prone to malfunction nearly any time. Scientists known for creating noxious fumes as particular explosions, often the hazard of their own lives as well as those of the people around them. In any case, science must press on, sometimes with tragically unpredictable results. That's right out of the rule book. Alright, every time a character makes an aptitude roll, use weird gizmo of any sort, you must roll 1d20. Okay, so if it fails, alright, then there will be a chance for the audience to spend their destiny tokens because you will roll 2d6 and they're minor, major, and catastrophic malfunctions. Alright, so it fails from a minor malfunction, device fails, falls out of position, or otherwise has no effect until it is repaired with a TN9 tinkering roll. Your gun jams or what have you, right? Then there is major malfunction, falls to pieces, and must be reassembled from scratch. This can take a considerable amount of time and certainly can't be repaired in the middle of combat unless it's an incredibly simple device. Hopefully the mad science can find all the pieces. If not, they'll have to build the device again from scratch. Catastrophic malfunction. The device proves dangerous somehow. Perhaps some toxic substance leaks from it or gives off noxious fumes. Maybe some shellac maybe the shellac on a bulletproof vest is so overpowering anyone who who wears it gets ill. Or if the gadget is worn, it could collapse with the wearer trapped inside, potentially injuring her. In any event, the device is ruined and likely causes some sort of ill effects as it passes to the great junkyard in the sky. All right. However, with that roll. We're looking for the backlash. Where the hell is the backlash? No, this is malfunctions. I'm looking for, there we go, madness. All right, so I'm gonna paste this here. I'm gonna paste this in chat, okay? And I will list off the options while Mr. Johnables is picking out which one he wants to do. All right, now we have absent-minded. You could pick up a delusion. You might pick up an eccentricity. You could pick up evil deeds or depression, a minor or major phobia. You could become a mumbler, you could become paranoid, or you might become downright schizophrenic. As the Manitow influence your mind a little closer towards the world of madness. If I ever run a party that is all schizophrenic, do not make that face, Matthias.
Welcome to my world.
Do not. It is Mr. Johnables' choice. It is Mr. Johnable's choice.
I've never been more tempted in my life to make my other party member schizophrenic.
Mr. Johnables, which of those madnesses that I just linked in chat, did I link them in chat or am I an idiot?
No,
You
link
print
them.
screened.
After at Mr. Johnable. Fool. I'm a fool. I'm a boob. I done boobed it. Alright, let's do this
No,
again.
you linked it.
Did I? Alright.
Print screen's there, yeah, I see it.
Alright, so, Mr. Johnable, what would you like to happen to Sam? While we are waiting to see what Mr. Johnable's doing right now is called spending a destiny token. Anytime there is a straight up random roll for a random effect, we allow the audience to pick what happens there and instead take over the roll of dice by spending those destiny tokens they have purchased they are holding on to. Oh, schizophrenia it is. Alright, I did not envision Sam becoming a mad scientist, but I must say a mad scientist is the perfect complement to a Doubting Thomas, for real. Alright, so
Really,
Sam,
the huckster and mad scientist.
Huckster, mad scientist, Doubting Thomas, that's your posse. Alright, now, Sam, as you are tinkering away, alright, you start to see, and like, you know, you start to, your wrench, you put it right there. Oh, there it is, alright. That happens once or twice. Maybe on occasion you catch a whiff of that smoke from the hunting grounds. From that time you saw Matthias dealing with that weird zombie dead looking creature. But for the most part, you know, a little bit of stress, and you're fairly certain that after Matthias has worked, some of his magic had come back from the dead. From all you could tell, there is something witchcrafty all about him. He is an ex-priest. And you don't quite understand how all it works, but you have enough suspicions and you have enough information about the supernatural that perhaps you don't worry too much about it for right now. But you're catching a whiff of it. You're starting to think you're noticing the signs of the supernal. You're starting to notice, oh yeah, that's what the hunting grounds smell like. So next time you smell that, you're going to know the hunting grounds are afoot. You don't know if they're called the hunting grounds quite yet, but you recognize it, alright? But by the time you are done, you lift up that arm, and you put it in the light, and you can just click that hand right onto the stump of your wrist. You have modified your device. This is now your personal arm. You have made this better than what it was. You can, and you've got more ideas. More ideas come spilling in your mind. You could have storage compartments. I mean, you could put a gun in your arm. You could do all kinds of fancy things. You might even be able to give this like electronic wires and cables that you could plug into them computational devices should you ever see them again. This is good. Your very first exposure to a piece of Mr. Hellstrom's design has proven to you that you are seeing your true calling. Maybe this will be how you find your brother. Maybe you might be able to invent some kind of machine that would help you in your search. Where'd I put that wrench again? Now, Matthias, we'll come back around to you while Sam is having revelations of an unnatural nature. You are spreading the good word to all the underground and the overground that Salt Lake Sam is dead. And that Sam, now called, what moniker do you give Sam?
One Shot Sam.
One Shot Sam. Alright, so One Shot Sam, alright, is the newest in law enforcement heroism. She has earned the North a good name. In Dodge, she has rid the world of one of its nastiest criminals, and in the underground, she is a force to be reckoned with. Not somebody to be taken lightly. Finn! You have saved the life of Salt Lake Sam. He'll be out for a while. And everybody currently believes he is dead. Except maybe the Sawbones.
I just told everyone he's alive.
That's true. So as the city is descended into an argument about whether or not Salt Lake Sam is truly dead, no, because One Shot Sam took him out, did the world a favor. No, they said he was alive. I heard it with my own 2 ears, and a buzz and a gossip will break out all over Dodge City, and people will forget all about those missing people. and they will forget all about how important it was that you don't go outside at night. Life is busy and filled with wondrous gossip and excitement. The West is wild again, the new frontier we can push forward. The train rails need building, cattle need herding. The world is safe for now. Congratulations on having completed your first adventure as a posse in the Deadlands. You survived and only went mildly more insane than you were when you started. You haven't
I
yet.
only have a phobia.
You haven't yet tracked down Jack Spades, who double-crossed you. But you will. You will find him.
We'll get him.
And you will get him.
Get him.
All right, now